Today I want to talk about tarot and why it can play a huge role into developing your intuition. And I think it gets sort of a bad rep with some people because it's looked at as like magic or whatever, and it has maybe some negative stigma to it. I want to clear a little bit of that up, and I want to explain why it can be used as a tool to connect with your intuition and to learn how to develop your psychic gifts and more of your abilities and more confidence in yourself, and being able to learn how to trust your intuition more, how to hear your intuition, how to decipher between your mind and your intuition. And it really can help you grow as a person and spiritually by taking the step of learning tarot. And I know it seems like this huge daunting thing, but it's really not. So I'm going to break this down for you real quick. So there's a couple different versions of the original Rider-Waite that I like, that I have. This is my personal favorite deck. It is the Universal Weight, and it is the same deck as the original, but the back, I'll show you the back. The back is a little bit cooler. It's this really cool, pretty blue and sparkly star. The artwork is a little bit better than the original. And then we have the Radiant, which is similar. The artwork is even more vibrant. So these are both great decks. And then you have your Oracle decks, which this is actually my favorite Oracle deck right now. And the difference between the Rider-Waite based decks and the Oracle decks is Oracle decks more have messages to them. They're not up to your interpretation as much. You can still use your own intuition and interpretation for them, but they have specific messages to them. So they can really tie in a regular message of the regular Rider-Waite tarot deck very nicely. And you have to kind of just go with your intuition and what you feel drawn to when you pick out the Oracle decks if you get into them. I think tarot can be a really great way to start using your intuition to navigate your life. It can really build this connection with the divine. You know, when you're shuffling cards, you can be like, you know, universe, God, spirit, spirit guides, whatever you feel called to. You can shuffle and what do I need to know right now, you know, and shuffle till something comes out, or you feel like you should stop and pull your cards. And you know, you can just do 3 cards. Say pull 3 cards at the top, right? There you have your 3 cards. Then you can Google what they mean. You can use Biddy Tarot and see what they mean. And then once you do this every day and you see the correlation between what the cards you pull are and say what an interpretation are, then you can start to see how that relates in your life, and you'll start to see how scary accurate it is. And this is where like the magic comes in. They are magic, but I don't look at it as magic like witchy magic, which a lot of people look at it as, and a lot of religious people don't like tarot because of that. But it is literally just connecting to your intuition and whatever you view as higher power, because they will intervene, they meaning whatever higher power you believe in, will intervene and always give you the cards that you need to see. But this right here is the original Rider-Waite tarot deck, which I was instructed to learn on. Either of these decks will work just fine for the Rider-Waite, but it is a very good idea to learn on the Rider-Waite decks. So I'm going to break this down for you in very simple terms that will make learning tarot much more digestible. So basically, we have the major arcana, right? And this honestly might be the hardest part of learning tarot, is the major arcana. But you can look every one of these up, okay? This is what really made tarot click for me and made it much more digestible, okay? So we have suits. The minor arcana is simply just suits. First we have the pentacles, which represents earth, your finances, your career, work, material gain material wealth that has to do with finances. And then we have the wands, which is fire. The wands represent your progression in your life, your spiritual growth, your progression, your position in life, where, like, the direction that you're moving. And then we have the swords. The swords is the air element, and the swords is all about your intellect, your mind, your thought process, how you're going about your life, and how your thoughts are currently or could be keeping you from things, or where you're at, just where you're at mentally. The last one is the water element, which is the cups, right? So this is all emotion based. It's all about emotion, what you're experiencing emotionally, or what you could be in the near future experiencing emotionally, or things that could be holding you back, or things that you're about to experience that are unfolding for you. So when you put these suits together, wind, water, fire, and earth, once you draw any card of any of the minor arcana, you automatically know what it's about, right? So that's one thing check marked off, right? So when it comes to like the emotion, the cups, right? Any cup card that you get, you automatically will know that it's about your emotions and whatever else suit you get. So just knowing that one aspect, you're already learning tarot. I think tarot can be such a good tool for developing your intuition. And if you want to know something, you do a reading. So let's say, I'm going to give an example here. I'm going to use my universal weight deck here. So we're going to shuffle the cards, right? We'll shuffle the cards, and let's say, what's going on in my career right now? Like, what do I need to know about my career? And some people like to wait till a card flies out like that and look at. So what does the Pentacles represent? Remember, it represents career. So this could be seen as a choice is going to be needing to be made in career, or I'm going to be juggling something. Something is going to come across that I'm going to be maybe having to pick between two things, or I'm going to be juggling multiple things at once. And so, then you could set that there. And if you want, you could keep shuffling, wait till a card comes out, Or some people shuffle until they feel, inspired to stop, and then you can flip. A couple more cards. Oh, there we go. So, Queen of Cups, and the Page of Pentacles. So pages represent like new beginnings. This again is kind of like an offering, So this could be a new beginning financially. And then this represents that queens are very nurturing and supportive. So this could mean like something is going to be offered that, yes, I might have to juggle something, or I might have to make some decisions, but whatever is being offered is going to bring a lot of emotional fulfillment. So see, this is how easy cards can be read, and it can be so simple. And see right there, I just used my intuition to figure out what the cards meant. And so what you can do is you can start off by pulling maybe a card a day, just asking what the general energy is. You shuffle, either wait for a card to come out, or you can, when you feel ready to stop, you can just pull a card off the top, and that's your energy for the day. And you can start off by looking up what the card means. My favorite site to look up what cards mean is Biddy Tarot. So you can type in, say, the Emperor Biddy Tarot, and it'll give you a full description of the card. And the more that you read these and you get a sense for them, you really study them, you won't need the interpretations anymore. You can use your own. Once you have a general idea of what each one means, separate the minor arcana, which is all the suits, and then you can separate the major arcana, and then just study. There's a video that I'm going to put in my description that can help you learn each one of these in a very brief summarization. But like the Fool here is the first card of the major arcana, and it's like new beginnings. It's zero. It's ground zero. He's moving forward. He's about to fall off the cliff. He's very naive. He doesn't have much life experience to know what he's getting himself into, and he's just boldly going to take a leap of faith. Then it goes up from there, and then the very last card is the World. Like, you've completed the cycle. Really, the major arcana is just one big life cycle. When you break down pentacles and wands and swords and the major arcana, and you just study them bits at a time, it really becomes so much more digestible. And so what you can do is you can just study, say, the swords a day. You learn a brief description of what each one means, and say just go through one suit a day, and one day the king, queen, knight, and page, which are like, you know, the face cards of the suit, and learn what they mean. You know, the face cards, they mean the same thing in each suit. So when you get these face cards in any of the suits, you know what they mean. You know, pages is usually like new energy coming in. Knight is like moving forward with something. Queen has a very nurturing, loving, supportive energy. And king is just overall powerful completion, powerful, masculine, strong, sturdy, supportive, like very in his own power. And then once you relate it to each of the suits, and you know, obviously this is like, you know, king of finances, and you know, each suit, it starts to really make sense. The face cards, they all have their own meaning in each suit, but they all mean the same thing. Then you just have to learn basically the 1 through 10 of each one. Just a brief, you don't need to go in depth. Just a brief interpretation of them, a brief knowledge of them. So when you break it down that generally, it makes it so much easier, and it just gives you a way to start communicating with the divine, whatever you call higher power, whether it's within yourself or higher power, so on and above and beyond. So get yourself a Rider-Waite deck, break it up into groups, break down the minor arcana and the major arcana, break it up into each suit, and start learning the suits. You already know what each element is, so that helps you there. You can start off with just doing a 3-card spread, which is like, you know, your past, present, and future energy. It just starts to be another tool that you can use in your growth. If you give tarot a try and you start to learn the cards, and yes, you might have to use interpretations at first by going online, but once you have this general knowledge of each card, and when you break it down like I just did, it starts to get really fun, and you start to really build a connection with your intuition. And when you draw these cards, just like I pulled right there, you get just kind of a download and feeling for the cards of what they might mean, even just by looking at them and not knowing what they mean yet by doing research. You can get a good idea of what the card means. You know, cups is water, water is emotion, king of cups, completion, mastery of emotion, strong emotions, powerful, and you can use your intuition to really grow and develop that. And it's really a lot of fun, and just one more tool to put in your tool belt, your spiritual growth tool belt. If you resonated with this video, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, consider subscribing to my channel for more stuff like this. I cover a whole bunch of stuff. This is just one of the things that I use. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.